Alright, I think I'm gonna get it started. Hello, this is not gonna be in the video, I'm just getting everything ready. But for anybody who's coming in, I'm gonna be doing a commentated guide. So, long and short, I will be reading the chat, I will answer questions. But otherwise, I am going to be just going through the game. Pretty low energy. Just kind of chill and explaining all the strategies. I don't really have it locally recorded, but I'm just going to cut the VOD and upload it. Alright, here we go. Hello! This is going to be a guided playthrough of the hardest difficulty of Streets of Rage 2 on 1 credit with Axel. I'm going to be using the default settings, 3 players, except the levels on hardest, obviously. I'm going to go over the general strategy, how to do this, answer any questions that my chat room provides because I'm streaming this live before I upload this to YouTube. And yeah, that's about it. So hardest is the hardest difficulty setting that you can pick without doing either the mania code or beating the game. And it obviously provides the greatest challenge you can get out the box without doing the code. Enemy AI is more aggressive. There's more spawns, enemy health pool is higher, boss health is substantially increased, especially compared to normal difficulty. So if you're going to attempt this, I recommend you are at least a little familiar with belt scrollers. You've played a couple of these before, you've done a few 1cc's on like low-end console difficulty. All that sort of thing. If you haven't, I would recommend practicing on this game on the hard difficulty setting. It's a nice healthy medium. Hard is a little bit more of a challenge than normal mode, which I find a little too easy. And it should prepare you enough to understand the basic concepts of what you want to do. So the guide to Axel is pretty simple. There's a couple moves you almost never want to use. Your offensive special is almost always worthless. If I ever do it, it's to show off. You don't have to imitate it. In fact, I'd recommend you don't. Your down air attack is situational but somewhat useful sometimes, and there are 2 throws you almost never want to use. The first is the headbutt throw, which is if you're doing a pummel, if you grab somebody from the front and you either do a button input with no direction or holding up or down, you will get a headbutt. You don't want to do the headbutt. The headbutt has no invincibility, does either the same or less damage than the back throw, and despite what you may know of it from Streets of Rage 4, it also does not turn enemies into projectiles, so it does not control the space in front of you very well either. The back throw is the other move you don't want to use unless you have to. If you end up grabbing an enemy from behind and you have to throw them to be invincible or to save yourself, you can use the back throw, but it doesn't let you chase enemies at all, and it usually puts you in a worse position than if you just didn't use it. So if you can switch sides and do like a back throw like that, that is preferable. Now to explain some of like the combos and the things I'm doing here. So with Axel's Blitz, this move is one of his most important moves. You're going to be using this move a lot. It's highly invincible, it has a great hitbox, it's a ton of damage. The main thing is, if you combo into it and you do 3 hits of your regular combo, you will not get a full connect. I don't know why this is, I can't answer like that kind of question, because I don't know the game's programming all that well. But basically, if you're going to combo into Axel's Blitz, you want to do 2 jabs and then you want to do it. You never want to advance to the 3rd hit of your combo series. If you do that, it will not connect properly. Stage 1 is pretty simple. I think the toughest part of it is coming up right over here. Not even the boss, it's nothing fancy like that. So I guess I can break down these enemies. The signals are probably the most durable enemy you're going to run into in this stage that isn't a sub-boss. They are not very threatening. If they approach you from the front, they're probably going to slide. And this slide does very low damage, but it's kind of annoying to interrupt if you're not careful. You can use your special move to go through it, you can do all sorts of other things to beat it out, you can do a jump attack. But getting hit by it also isn't that bad, it does not do a lot of damage. It does knock you down, but that's not all that bad, all things considered. The best thing a signal can do is throw you. You can tech the throw by holding up and jump, and if they do decide to throw you, it can actually turn you into a projectile, and you'll kill other enemies in your trajectory. The only bad thing about a signal throwing you, and other enemies that can do that are coming up, is that they can scroll the screen in such a way that makes enemies spawn when you don't want them to. And a big part of this 1cc is controlling enemy spawns via screen scrolling. So if you don't advance the screen too far forward, you can actually fight a number of enemies in much safer conditions than if you just move forward all the time. And again, this is basic belt scroller 101 stuff, you know. If you've learned a 1cc and another one, you probably have somewhat of a strategy like this in mind already, but it's good to know that in this game it's really helpful, because your movement is so restricted. I am playing on arcade stick as well, for the record, so if you hear button tapping, I'm very sorry if that bothers you, but it's the kind of hardware I like to play on. So the bar is a pretty simple screen, pretty simple set of areas, I should say. I got hit by that slide there, it's not a big deal. Again, it does very low damage, it's not like they're going to do a lot more. He scrolled the apple off the screen, which is kind of annoying, but there's more healing here. You're going to want to make judicious use of Axel's Blitz, it is really that good. If you're going to use Axel's regular combo, I should also note that to get the full version of it to actually happen, you need to make sure you get through it as fast as possible. This means you can't really mash out the input or else you won't get to the last hit, because this game has a lot of hit stops. If you time it right like that, you'll get that. The Donovans are the other enemy of note here. The Galcias are just basic fodder, they're gonna jab you and sometimes they'll have a knife. The Donovans will anti-air you if you jump at them. But the anti-air is pretty easy to beat out. If you've played a lot of Streets of Rage 4 and this is your first time playing this one, don't worry about the Donovan uppercut beating out all of your jump-ins in the way that it does in that game. You can pretty safely jump at them if you're early. If you press the button early, they will not uppercut quite as accurately as they do in that game. Yeah, Donovans are probably the more difficult of the two very basic enemies the game's gonna throw at you. And realistically, they're not very hard in stage 1 here either. The enemy combinations are gonna get a lot worse from here on out. So, this is Electra. This is probably one of the more janky enemies in the game, I find. So because this is a sub-boss enemy and this is the game's first time showing her off, she has invincibility when she's getting up. That other guy we met, Jack, in the prior screen, he also has that. But it is worth noting, every time you run into this enemy from here on out, she will not have an invincible wake-up, so you can actually hit her with moves while she's getting up. But for that first encounter, you can't do that, so I recommend you just kind of kill her as quickly as you can without letting her do much. So here's the first boss, this is Barbin. He's not too bad. He's probably, honestly, I don't think he's the easiest boss in the game. Overall, well, he actually might be. the more I think about it, if you're just starting, he's easier than the stage 4 boss if you get a good catch. So there is a turkey on this screen. We're gonna try and get it. I got a little messy in the bar area. Just wasn't controlling the enemies correctly. So with Barb in here, what you want to do is approach him from the Z-axis. You don't want to go left and right with him, because his attack range is really high. And he will likely beat out your moves if you're moving towards him. His throw, since you can tech it, it won't do any damage. It might shift you around, but that's about the worst it can do. So when he's getting up, you can do your defensive special like that, and then do this. Oh, chain throw. Alright. He's one hit away, so you can kind of do whatever. I'm just gonna keep doing my blitz, yeah. That's the basic strategy for a lot of boss fights. You want to use your defensive specials, invincibility, and then you want to use Grand Upper to hit them. I'm not calling it Ground Upper, I don't care. Just easy to remember. Alright, this stage introduces some very annoying things. These are the bikers. So for these enemies, what you're going to want to do is make sure you kind of get an understanding of where they spawn in. So you're probably going to have to try this stage a couple times in practice plays to get a feel for when they're going to show up. There's not really, like, easy visual cues. Sometimes there are, sometimes there aren't. I like to use the oil drums in this stage. They tend to give me a good idea of when they're coming. I did not want that headbutt throw, but it's okay. So for Axel here, you want to use your down attack in the air to knock them off the bike. Your neutral jump kick is actually quite good. The hitbox on it is honestly quite disgusting, but it is not particularly useful against the bikers since it seems to pass over them. But the down attack will usually knock them off the bike, and it does generally kill them in one hit. Most of the bikers that come in on the bike don't have a lot of health. There's gonna be one right after this pipe. So that was a bit of a bad trade, but that's okay. They are gonna start throwing Molotovs as well. The bikers are some of the more annoying enemies on foot, for the record. As Axel, your jab is really fast and has a good hitbox, but they like to stand just shy of your jab range and hit you. So you need to be really careful against the bikers. They also grab you from behind. If you can avoid having your back exposed to that enemy, it would be a really good idea. When they grab you from behind, you can't really do anything. You're stuck there for a set amount of time. Trying to shake out is pretty fruitless. Yeah, their jab also knocks down. Like that. So they can grab you like that, and you can do a defensive special right after to try and avoid damage, because usually they're going to swing on you. So I just talked about controlling enemy spawns. I'm going to give you a good example of that right here. So on this screen, common knowledge is that the biker guys here and are going to activate as soon as you kill this karate guy, and that is true. What you want to do is you want to try and get him over to the left side of the screen. Okay, nice anti-air. These martial artists have a number of moves that are pretty annoying, and almost all of them are bigger than your jab range, so you're going to kind of want to try to maneuver around them a little carefully. We want to be over here, and we want to take out as many of these bikers as we can without moving too far to the right there. I got offensive special by accident. So if you don't move to the right, this guy won't spawn. So you can kind of wait till you've thinned out the room a little and then spawn that guy. Just trying to fight him with all those bikers is quite a pain. And next up we got a whole big section here with all these basic enemies. If you get stuck in hit stun, because they're alternating jabs, I would recommend doing a special as soon as you can. Their cost? Yes, if it hits. So if a defensive special doesn't hit anything, it actually does not use any health. And that's an important technique. You're gonna see that come into play in certain boss fights. Also, if you do 2 jabs over and over again, you can lock basically any enemy in place. And they can't really do much about it. Unless that enemy can block or has a certain like counterattack like a boss, you can usually lock anything in jabs. And it is a true infinite. So you're gonna see me make judicious use of the jab lock. Because certain enemies in this game you don't want to let do anything. I did not want to do offensive special. That move is terrible. If you ever get it, you're probably getting hit. So we're gonna pick up this turkey, and importantly, we're not gonna scroll the camera too far here. You wanna get just far enough to spawn the boss. If you keep yourself over here, the enemies won't actually spawn. And now, for this guy, all I like to do is neutral jump kicks after lining up with him. As long as he keeps doing this attack, your neutral jump kick hitbox is so good, you'll beat it out, and it does pretty good damage. You can just kinda keep this guy in a loop here. If he gets too close, he's gonna start doing other attacks. Just kinda wanna use your defensive special and pull him away from that, and kinda try to move him back over to the right. Because if you start spawning in the other enemies, that fight can get really nasty. Alright, stage 3 is, I would say, the first fight where this game gets pretty difficult. The first stage of this game gets really, really grueling on hardest. There's a couple screens here where I used to think, I don't know how I'm doing without losing a life. It took a little bit of practice and some evaluations of spawns. Oh, the jetpack guys are brutal. The one way you can tell is by lining up the shadow. There's a little drop shadow under every character. That's what I'm looking at when I'm lining up Jet. I'm trying to see if it matches up with mine. So you'll see that every character in this game has like a little shadow. That's what I use. It helps me a lot with that enemy in particular. Because they do a lot of bobbing. So for Donovans and Z's, if you're good at counting, which thank God I am, I guess, 3 jabs into a Grand Upper will always kill if it's a generic HP Donovan type enemy. So you're gonna see me do that exact combination on them fairly frequently. Unless they have slightly more health, as some of them do. The screen's actually quite easy. There's a wall here, which really helps in maintaining where the enemies are. They can't circle around you. You'll notice this game's enemy AI is kind of particular about circling. If you see an enemy moving up and down near you repeatedly, you want to try and hold your position, because usually that means they're stuck, and they're not going to try and circle around you properly until a little later at minimum. So there's getting thrown by a signal being quite helpful. As I mentioned earlier, if a signal throws you, it's actually, as long as they're not scrolling you into a worse part of the stage, generally it's helpful. Now, signals are not the enemy that are going to scroll you into a bad spot more often than not. There is a certain enemy type that we're going to run into in just a few screens that is notable for doing that. But the signals are generally pretty good about it. The knife Galcias, you usually want to do something with long range to kind of interrupt them. You can use Grand Upper if you're feeling saucy. Oh damn, he's anti-airing me a lot today. He normally doesn't. You can also make them whiff it. But generally speaking, if you jump far away and you do an air attack, you can hit them. which only seems to work in practice, so... Whatever. I'll see like that. If you're far enough away, Donovan won't be able to uppercut you. Worth noting, this game does heal you a little bit between certain screens. You've probably seen my health bar just kind of go up between areas. That is just a mechanic in this game. I don't have a listing of which screens do and don't have it, but it's in a lot of places you might not expect. We're gonna use this guy to get some invincibility. Yeah, so these karate guys are quite dangerous if you let them do much. If you're gonna try to approach them, I'd recommend doing it when you're not lined up, because if you're walking right at them, they have several attacks that have enormous range and are hard to interrupt. A lot of playing Axel involves using Grand Upper and just abusing the Z-axis. As such, he's good against most enemies. There is one enemy type that I think is outwardly far more difficult for him. Even though they're not what I would call the most threatening enemy in the game either, they are what I consider the hardest type of enemy to fight with this character. So, these are ninjas! These guys can throw you around. I did not want to activate that second one. That's bad. So generally you don't want this situation on this screen. I'm gonna try to get rid of these weapons by throwing them off the screen. There we go. If the ninja picks those up, they get significantly more dangerous. Ninjas with swords have the sword swing, which hits fucking everywhere. Don't even try and get around it, it will hit you. And ninjas with kunai can do that little rolling attack. And that attack is quite dangerous, hard to interrupt, it's all sorts of things, but above all else, it's quite nasty. So this screen is the one where I thought, how the hell do I do this without dying? It took me a lot of practice. And, you know, a little bit of finagling. So what you want to do is you want to scroll the camera just enough, because one guy is going to come up here. This guy. Oh, damn it. So if you scroll the screen a little bit and not a lot, the knife guy will spawn, but the whip ladies won't. That's what you want. I guess I get to show you what happens when things don't go your way, and you forget where the spawn point is. So the vault is invincible. You can use that vault to get around enemies' attacks and such. Alright, I think I handled that screen pretty good, actually. Basically, you want to kill the whip ladies first. If you have everything going on that screen, you just want to make sure that knife guy isn't doing any silly stuff, and you want to kill the whip ladies first. They are by far the more dangerous of the two things there. They are brutal to deal with. They have really janky hitboxes. If you're ever lined up with them horizontally, it's just a nightmare. This section's not too bad. The limited visibility is a bit annoying here. It can be somewhat hard to see these guys sliding, but it does make a sound cue, and as long as you're paying attention to when they stop moving, you'll generally have a good idea of when they're attacking. But I've played this game a lot, so if you want to do like this kind of stuff, it is worth noting that all of what I'm doing here is from many, many, many repeat playthroughs of this game, so... The screen's just all about approaching pretty carefully. There are guys that just show up from the foreground. This next stage hazard is pretty infamous for having really weird hit detection. I have a somewhat foolproof strategy. I don't want to call it that, because sometimes it doesn't work. But, well, that doesn't work, but it can work shaky in some instances. But this little stage prop is kind of notorious for being a little odd. So So with this thing on the wall, it's gonna start moving. You're gonna have to start hitting it. You want to look at like how the head segment is like bent, basically. The longer it's extended, the further down I think you want to be. Oh, it moved to the left first. That's good. What I like to do is just a lot of neutral jump kicks, and then if I'm unsure if I hit it or not, I like to do a defensive special when I touch the ground. Like if my attack whiffs or something weird happens, I like to catch myself with a defensive special. If I do that, I guarantee that it won't hit me. Oh, I save as it hits me. Yeah, I don't really have like a guaranteed strat for this thing. It is just strange. But neutral jump kicks do a lot. Don't miss this one up here, by the way. Right in the middle. You're gonna want all the free one-ups you can get. So we're gonna want to get a sword for this boss, and thankfully this ninja has one, and we're gonna try and kill him. I think his AI actually cooperated with me more now than it ever has, so we're just gonna kill this guy. Now before we pick that up, we're gonna try and get this guy moving, and we don't want to have him scroll the boss onto the screen while we're here, so we're gonna... Be very careful on this guy. Okay, because he has a nasty habit of throwing you, and if he throws you, he's gonna spawn the boss in. And we obviously don't want that. So, for the boss strategy here, pretty easy. So this guy can actually block, which is pretty annoying. He cannot block the sword, however. And so when he gets up, you want to jump away. And if you jump away from him as he's getting up, he'll do a specific move every time. Like that. And you can just keep doing this over and over with the sword. If you mess up your timing, he might hit you. At which point you want to try and hit him with a blitz, knock him down, grab the sword, and then get back to it. I only recommend the sword because he can't block it. Because he can still block even when you're punishing him for doing that move. But since he can't block the sword, it's quite good. Okay. So stage 4, also a pretty tricky stage. Thankfully though, I've practiced this enough. Anyways, if you want some fun trivia, even though this is a video guide and not meant to really be like a stream thing, if you look up the song Move Any Mountain by a band called The Shaman, you'll realize where a lot of this song came from. It's quite funny. This level's enemy layouts are pretty basic. There's lots of guys with weapons. You're gonna see more of those pipe-wielding Donovans. There was one of them in stage 1. Pipe Donovans are honestly not that threatening. They have a ton of range, but the wind-up on their attack is quite long, so you can usually interrupt them right when you see it. Okay, buddy. I was trying to buffer out a blitz, it did not work. That's okay, though. There are gonna be karate guys right over here. I'm gonna try to lure out this Donovan first. By this Reed, excuse me. I believe there's a karate guy here. You see how Donovan's AI is trying to circle me there? You want this. This is what you want. And then you can handle him. If you can get the AI to do that, it's not guaranteed, but if you recognize it and you just stay in place, it's super helpful. That their enemy circling AI is not exactly perfect in this game. There's a few hitches. Oh yeah, the signals do have this shitty little back fist attack. I've almost never seen it actually happen. Because signals are more inclined to approach you from behind. And I believe if you are facing them from the front, they are just gonna slide more often than not. Okay, so there's a tough screen coming up here. It involves my favorite enemy. You know him, you love him, it's the Whip Ladies. It's gonna be really careful, and we're gonna inch forward here. You wanna get rid of these guys, you wanna make sure you knock the pipes out of them first. This enemy is a lot easier without the pipe. Not that they're the worst with the pipe, but... You messed up the combo there, so it takes a little bit more time here. As soon as you get this apple, I believe the Whip Ladies spawn. There's an apple in this crate. It's either this crate or the next one after. Excuse me if my memory's a little faulty. Yeah, okay, so they're on the next one. There's a couple Donovans and Galcias here, nothing too ridiculous. One thing that's good to recognize is when an enemy AI is actually actively moving towards you. You can kind of see when their pattern is switching from passive to aggressive. So when these enemies are far away, I recommend defensive specialing. Because despite where it looks like you could hit them, they're not actually in that position. This enemy is very, very, very janky. If you actually get near her, that's the best possible spot. She has a jump kick, but she has no real, like, fast up-close option at all. And the minute you actually get close to that enemy, it's a lot easier to deal with. So prioritize doing that and using the invincibility on your defensive special to kind of close in. Remember, you can't hit her whip, and her hurt box is extremely displaced. So you won't waste health trying to move in on her. Plus, if you do knock her down, it does give you some room to deal with other enemies, because that whip enemy is usually paired with another one. And speaking of pairs, we're going to try and deal with the annoying enemies on this screen one at a time. There's going to be one big guy that spawns in right here from the left. I'm going to try to get him to show up. It's right when you hit the diamond here. Oh, damn it. Oh, we got them together. Perfect. Oh, shit. We really want them together. Like this. There we go. So this enemy is one of the more difficult ones in the game. Whenever a Big Ben is paired up with another enemy, it's kind of hell on earth. But if you can get these two guys stuck together, don't let them do anything. That's what you want to do. The elevator segment. The corners in the screen are generally pretty safe. Your number one priority is not getting surrounded. There are good karate guys. They do come in attacking if you're near their position when they're spawning in. Jump attacks can be good, but the hit stop can lock you in place. So if your jump attack doesn't hit them both at the same time, as Axel's air down attack is a bad hitbox, that was never going to happen. You're going to run into that problem. So here I'm moving away towards the corner. Again, just to reduce the chances that they can circle around me. If you hear that karate guy go, "Yaw!" that means you should definitely move from your spot. There we go. That was a clean screen. Okay, you don't want to be using Axel's back throw here. Yeah, I thought that karate guy was going to spawn in. Should I throw this guy? Yep, there we go. Oh shit, I didn't get my blitz out in time. Okay, this is kind of scary. Coming in with like only a little bit of health in this fight. Thankfully though, there is a turkey right over in that first box. This guy's AI activates right when you grab it. So what you want to do is you want to get far away from him. You want to wait for him to charge at you, and you want to grand upper his ass every time. And you can just keep looping this over and over, and he'll keep running into it. With other characters, you can use your neutral jump attacks. With Axel, his doesn't have a good enough hitbox, in my experience. Because the neutral jump attack method is pretty safe, because if he does hit you out of the air, this little charging lariat is a 2-hit move, and the first hit will just knock you down, because there's no juggling in this game. But that was really clean. So far we haven't died. That's gonna change very soon, maybe even in this stage. There's a screen coming up that is pretty notorious. So here we have a Pipe Donovan and a Knife Galcia. It's gonna neutral jump kick him. The knife guy is only gonna move in one direction, so if you see him moving kind of in a line that you can avoid, you can just kind of move up or down and get out of the way. You do not have to take him on head on. A lot of people make that mistake when they're learning the game. They're like, oh, I'm just gonna try and hit him. The knife guy is a lot easier when you can anticipate his trajectory and sort of move in response to where you know he's gonna go. Oh, hey Aria, what's up? I'm currently discussing basic strategy in this game while I'm doing the bread and butter combo that you do to every enemy of this type, because you really don't want the big guys doing anything on any of these screens. Because I hate them. They are a big pain. So coming up here is, I believe, a sub-boss? I think that's what's on this floor. Maybe not. This actually might not be. Yeah, he might be on the next one with the new enemy type that's gonna show up. And the enemy type that is coming up is what I consider to be like probably the most challenging enemy. If you're playing Axel, I think it's the hardest enemy to fight. I don't think it's like bad or anything, but I think it is probably the hardest enemy to fight with Axel. Specifically. Oh, we got a favorable pattern from that guy. Yeah? Oh, the run goes well. Oh, I've been great. He just attacked backwards. You see that? That was pretty fascinating. Great backwards attack. Alright, so this enemy right here, the kickboxer. This enemy blocks, but the big problem with this enemy beyond the guarding is the huge attack range. If you try to walk towards them as Axel, they're just gonna kick the hell out of you before you can even think about using your jab. Because every attack they have, more or less, has more range than your basic. So you don't want to engage with them like that at all. Lining up with them and waiting for them to do that, not a bad idea. The knee can hit you sometimes, you go into punish, but the nice thing is the knee doesn't knock down, and you can hit them for their trouble there. Grand upper is also a good way to interrupt it, but I don't like trying to run at this enemy. I think it's a foolhardy idea. Being on the same line as this enemy as Axel can be quite annoying if they're not doing that. Worth noting too, they can block out of hit stuns. So this is not guaranteed. Just as far as, there we go. Yeah, the knee is messed up. It's a very evil move. But it's probably the easiest to deal with, because the kicks are just so fast. Alright, so here's Barbin from the first stage, but recolored. The ideal strategy for this guy, he does not have Wake Up Invuln anymore. Because he follows the same rules as all of the other sub-bosses in the game. So you can throw him, you can just grand upper him while he's getting up all day. By this point in the game, if you've gotten this far in a good run, this is probably pretty easy. Okay, this screen, there's gonna be a really annoying enemy spawn in, like, not even a couple seconds. It's probably like, maybe a couple seconds from now. gonna try and bring the sword. I don't think it's that useful, actually. We're just gonna ignore it. Okay, so this Galcia is gonna show up, and then I think right after him you're gonna see this Donovan, and yeah, here we are. So this screen... Whoops, I didn't jump. That's too slow. This screen is quite a pain. I'm probably gonna die. Yeah. I knew it. Yeah, I lost control of it. Yeah. It's fine to take hits here if you have to. He was too low. I was hoping to get him to do that on my terms, but this works. Ideally, you don't lose a life there at all, but obviously it's quite difficult with 2 jets. The screen ended up getting scrolled the more enemies spawned than I wanted. More bikers, by the way. These bikers are quite dangerous. Don't let them get behind you. That is like the #1 thing with the bikers. Just do not let them get behind you at all. This screen, I just recommend waiting. There's a ninja that comes from behind that I just fell asleep at the wheel and forgot about there. Do not let him throw you. If you can avoid that, no matter what it takes, please God. Because if that ninja throws you forward, you're gonna scroll a whole bunch of other crap onto the screen, including this guy and that guy with the sword. And you'll be really sad. Because I find whenever you lose control of a screen in this game, it is real bad. Oh, this is pretty dicey. I don't like that he's... Yeah, I saw it was coming. We threw me. Oh, yep. I shouldn't do that. Like I said, the sword ninjas are... among the worst enemies in the game. We're throwing this away. There we go. Whoops. Wrong button. Whenever you see Axel's offensive special, it is a misinput. That is a move I generally recommend against you using. So here's a pretty tough boss. After all that, you don't really get a break either. And the boss is not this Donovan. He had this big guy right over here. We're gonna try to activate him and deal with him as he comes. If he moves us too far, that is a problem. Okay, perfect. Just gonna... Further to the right is the real issue. So on hard difficulty, the boss is, I think, by himself. Which is not so bad. Hardest has other ideas for you. You could argue Hardest is a very innovative gameplay mode. Because they've decided you should have company. But you can actually fight this guy without ever activating that guy. We're gonna do that on this side of the screen. Okay, so he can break out a hit stun, which is quite bad. See, what you want to do is one jab into a grand upper if possible. Okay, Arbear. Yeah, this boss, I don't really have any solid advice for you. Just try and hit him, I guess. It's not very easy. Does that activate his AI? Yeah, I guess it does. Yeah. It's tough. You gotta be really careful in this fight. And it's really just using Blitz correctly. Tried to do it again. Yeah, I wasn't quick enough. Trying to iframe through something in the midi. Nope. Okay. So we lost a couple lives there. That's just the nature of this boss. We are gonna get one more. Yeah. So as long as you have a good stockpile of lives like this going into stage 7, you're fine. So here we are at the Surf Ninjas Beach. The usual strat of try to not scroll the screen applies here. You want to jab these guys. If you jump at them, by the way, they will do like a special thing where they do like an after image thing. So don't try to jump attack them ever. It's just gonna move out of the way.
Galactic Might!
Thank you for the raid. I'm currently putting together a little guide, so I can't focus on it too much, but I hope your stream is good. On this screen, you want to be very, very careful. Again, this entire screen is just scrolling it slowly. At the end of it, it's particularly important that you scroll it slow. Unfortunately, this is not the end of the screen. There's one more part. I do believe that's the last ninja, so what you want to do is inch your way forward just a little bit. Take out all these enemies. And then if you get forward just enough, I'm gonna wait for them to walk in. There we go, okay. Okay, so we spawned 3 out of 4 of them. I know you can spawn just the red guys. I think I didn't wait long enough for them to come in. I just guessed when that knee was coming. There should be only one now. And one kickboxer, not too bad to deal with. You don't get greedy with this enemy. You look for the knee attack, and then just hit them with your blitz, rinse and repeat. Do not rush. If you don't take your time, you will die. And that is obviously not good for this run. The careful scrolling is the name of the game again. There is a turkey right over here, I believe. You're going to want to pick that up as soon as you can. Because there's a good chance you took some residual damage in that last area. It's pretty hard not to. This is good. There's going to be a lot of signals on this screen. Everybody's favorite type of enemy. And these signals do in fact have quite a lot of health. The martial artists here do have more, but, you know... It's really funny how they gave signals that much health, considering these guys don't get into direct fights very often, but what can you do, right? Now, I don't believe these guys initiate attacks very far off screen. I think they can, but it's not very common for them to do it, like, where you can at least somewhat see it. Just pay attention to your back, and you should be okay here. Let's take out that Hakuyo. Okay, so this next section is gonna... I forgot. There's gonna be a bunch of bikers, and it is important that you take out as many of them as you can while they're riding through on their bike. Oh! That was bad when you start scrolling the camera like that. There's a big guy here, I think. So we don't want to activate that other one. No matter the cost, we want to avoid dealing with two of the big guys at once if possible. This enemy type is unbelievable. Just trust me. You can vault over an enemy twice to kind of release them with a fixed timing, so you can start doing this. I like doing that when my only option is to grab an enemy, but I still want to hit them with the infinite. Which in this case is for a pretty sane reason. Oh my god. What a throw! Yep. That's just what these bikers are. Like, they can be like that. Alright, so now they're gonna start coming in. Yeah, so what you want to do here is... you want to hit as many of these enemies as you can. When you see them roll in, you have a little bit of time to recognize what lane they're on. Obviously, you're not going to be able to get all of them, but it changes the amount of them that spawn on the screen. There's going to be a whip lady. There's going to be one that comes in from the left. From the right, sorry. And we want her to come in so we can deal with her. If you move a little further forward, another one shows up. That's bad. Obviously, you don't want that. Now you have to summon her, and then so any of the bikers that are remaining from that last set of them will be here. And they still have that very small amount of HP. I'm so glad that that pipe is there for me to pick up. It's messed up my input. That does mean these bikers will die to a small breeze. It also means these bikers are a pain in the ass, because they're the biker enemy. But just be careful with them. I know there wasn't. I swore a trick worked on the screen where you just scroll on the jet or something. But I haven't been able to get it to work. Oh! We're just gonna try to... Okay, it was going pretty good. Yeah, there we go. Alright. We've solved the fight. We're at the easy part now. So he's gonna do that every time now. Yeah, this is a really funny boss. Because it really is just a boss you fought already all the way back in stage 3, but with a very, very difficult enemy. But yeah, you want to focus on the jet first, get rid of him, and then take on Souther. No matter how much residual damage you're taking, it is so much better for you if you do that. Alright, we're going into stage 7 with a lot of lives here. This is what you want. If you're playing up to this point in the guide, this is likely the hardest stage in the game. Take it from me, even as somebody making this little helpful video guide, to give you a basic idea of the strategies and the kind of play you have to do. Or you should do, rather. This stage is going to take a bunch of lives from me. There are ways to do it deathless, I just don't know. That was exceedingly lucky. You really want to try to line up so you can hit both of these big guys right when they come in, but if you can't, you either have to get lucky like this, or this screen can be pretty annoying. But it looks like we have very good fortune, so we're okay. That was exceedingly fortunate. Yeah, biker, yeah, so there's gonna be a couple of, challenging enemy types. He moved in, yeah, the bikers are brutal. Really gotta be careful with them. At this point, enemies start to get more HP. Even those basic Galcias have, like, a little bit more. Right here, you want to wait for these to stop getting thrown. Controlling how you're scrolling is the name of the game here. The record. This section is unbelievably annoying if you don't scroll the camera really slowly and deal with the things on the screen one at a time. Well, not one at a time all the time, but generally speaking, the most annoying things. You're in stage 7 at this part of the level, which, for the record, I should note, this is the easy part of the stage. A fact I find really funny. Looking at this, you'd think there's no way, but... This is the easy part. So there's gonna be a whip lady that drops down here. You want to be right around where she is, but not in front of her. Because if you're right on top of her, she will kick you. And then you'll lose control of this encounter. This ninja's gonna start moving. At this point, we just have to avoid getting thrown. Okay, we've avoided getting thrown. You get thrown here, it's over. Similarly, this ninja also has to not throw me. Oh, thank God. Okay. You'll note that I'm making a video guide and I'm breathing a sigh of relief. This screen can go very, very bad. If it does, I don't really have much advice beyond, like, just be ready for it. You're gonna have to kind of juggle these two enemy types, which is... well, I wouldn't really wish that on anyone. So at the end of the screen, you do actually have to fight two of them, I think. But this is not too bad. Having to do this one time versus... oh, especially when we get this. That went really well. No complaints from me. Not a single one. Anyways, we're gonna free this turkey and we're not gonna eat it until far later. Here it is, by the way. The hardest part of the stage. This is the infamous elevator. As a general guideline, you're just gonna be in a confined space with a lot of enemies that are all very aggressive, very difficult, and very damaging. So don't get too worried if you lose a life or a couple. It is very difficult to avoid dying on the screen. See? I did not want to pick that up. I was trying to attack. The back throw can damage them. If you do a throw that doesn't, like, slam them into the ground. Because jets can't be damaged by being thrown, like, into the air and landing on the ground. They will just recover in the air. But if you slam them into the ground, the throw will damage them. Anyways, we have no turkey here. It's a bit of a shame. I normally would have one. That is a sword ninja, that's very bad. I didn't know what side I was grabbing him on. Holy hit stop. I think he got out during it. Yeah, sometimes there will be hit stop. It just lets the enemies get out of stuff because there's just so many piled onto each other. I can't really offer a fix to that. Oh yeah, back throwing them is your absolute best friend in this screen. Getting thrown by the ninja is also not that bad. The ninja can throw you into enemies the same way the signal can. Okay, now I don't know if they give you a little healing in this elevator beyond that turkey. I don't think they do. And you'll note that we have the kickboxers and everybody's favorite, the bikers. Now, these enemies, thankfully, do get up at a similar speed, at least. So if you're fortunate enough to kind of get them together, it's not too bad. Yeah, the kickboxers also have a grab. If I couldn't convince you this enemy was from hell. Get used to buffering your blitz out of a really bad situation, by the way. Yeah. We're gonna be doing a little... I always bleed out a little in this stage. Okay, so for this part... We need that knife guy to actually stay alive for a little, unfortunately. But trust me, the reason we need him alive is worth it. It is completely worth it. Whoa, the hitbox. Okay, the big guys are kind of a load. Okay, so we want this guy over to the other side of the screen real quick. How many knives do we got? Okay, I think we're actually at max knives. You are an interesting fellow, you. It's okay though, so since we have all these knives on the screen, even though we sacrificed a couple of lives, it is completely worth it. Because when you have 5 knives on the screen, and you carry it over into the boss fight, the bosses can't hit you. They can't shoot projectiles. Every attack they have is coded as a weapon, and the weapon limit is 5. So this is probably the most important strat. You get a super easy boss fight. And that guy spawning 5 knives is not super hard to force. You just have to basically give him enough distance between you and him, and he will pretty much always produce a knife when he can. If you can count 5 knives along the floor, that means you've done it correctly. You will not be able to make another one. And you can just fight this boss like this. You'll note we got a 1-up for this too. I think we might get one more. But we're on the last little segment of the run here. And so, yeah, if you do that kind of strategy, you should be okay on the elevator. The basic goal of the run is to get as many lives to stage 7 as possible. Every strategy I've been using in sort of putting here is all for the purpose of getting you to that stage with as much lives as possible. Because you need as many as you can get. Yeah, so these robot enemies, when they can actually attack, are kind of annoying. I mean, they're not, like, that difficult. They're gonna jump around a lot. You have to wait for them to land to actually combo them. They have a ranged attack. If you take too long while throwing them, they can electrify you, which is a little annoying. They also can do that, where they self-destruct. Usually happens when they're lower on health. But here we got Bear Jr., who is just our bear with no wake-up iframes. Where the only annoying thing about this fight is the robot with him. And now the robot's not there, we can kind of... Okay, when this guy's not invulnerable all the time when he's getting up, he's not so bad. He's just pretty bad. He actually still might kill me. That was kind of risky. What you want to do is basically just... Even if you do that to knock him down, you can get enough damage in on him. Alright, here we are, the last elevator. This beat 'em up's got 3. Isn't that kind of cool? I forgot he was there. I might lose a life here. I'm gonna try to throw them all into each other here. Okay, we're good. Remember, all these boss refights, they don't have the wake-up invincibility they did. With one exception. Unfortunately. It's the one exception you wouldn't want. Which is any of them, really, but... Everybody get one more one up here. So you'll note that I just threw that enemy into that whip lady, even though she was off screen. Something I've learned, if enemies are actually dropping in, if you throw another enemy, you can hit them while they're in space, and they will come down, taking damage instead. The opportunity doesn't come up a lot. We're gonna try to kill the whip ladies first, because I think ultimately they are the more difficult aspect in this encounter. The real trouble here is that you can't really move up and down on the Z-axis a whole lot, but this boss still has his wake-up iframes, unfortunately. But it's okay, because you can still do the manipulation. We go. Okay, so we're coming up to the last of the refights. And what an exciting one. Yeah, this guy, you just want to do the same strat you've been doing with every other boss, except, you know, there's kickboxes here. I did not want to do that input. Yeah. I think Axel would straight up be a better character if he did not have an offensive special. I don't know what I'm doing. I should just be doing this. Yeah, so once you get him to the wall here, yeah, you're good to go. Now after you're done with Z Kusano, this next boss, gave me so much trouble for the longest time. Shiva. I learned something really infuriating about him, though. Like, it actually annoys me. But when he does Final Crash, you can just neutral jump it. The hitbox does not go into the air at all. So, this fight, what was once quite difficult, not too bad, actually. If you can get him to keep doing that, you're good. Now, of course, he does move forward a lot more than some of the other bosses, so getting him to do the range, like long-distance attack all the time, not the easiest thing ever. Alright, we're at the tail end here. So for Mr. X, he's gonna start the fight, yeah. There is a timing for that. Your goal is to damage him as much as you can. I don't have enough HP for my special, but yeah, I'll just take the death. You want to use your neutral special to go through the bullets? Because again, as long as your neutral special doesn't hit anything, you don't lose health. So if you're just doing it to go through his bullets and not hitting an enemy with it, you're kind of chill. I don't like this fight very much though. I'm quite bad at it. But this is generally the strategy. You just wanna hit him when you can, then when he comes in, you wanna take the opportunity. The bullet hitboxes are far bigger than you think they are. But remember, if you've got all these lives, you're generally okay. As long as you're dealing damage to the boss. It's just how it goes. There we go, we got it! That's a 1 credit clear. That is the basic strategy of Streets of Rage 2 on Hardest with Axel. I think that's my 3rd one this week. I've been practicing it a little bit, but hopefully for anybody watching, this is a helpful reference guide. There are definitely things I could do better, but generally speaking, it's a lot of just knowing where enemies spawn on the screen and knowing how to deal with it. Using a lot of grand uppers, so practice buffering your blitz out. Manage enemies well. Basically, you just need a goal. You can't really move super fast in this game, so you need a goal at all points. That's it. Alright, wonderful. I can get out of my being informative yappy talk. Fuck that. That's where the VOD cuts off, I guess. That's where I cut out the video. But, you could hear it. You could hear me, like, stopping when I got hit. You're annoyed that I got hit by those fuck-ass ninjas. Oh, that Mr. X fight was terrible, though. Oh, yay. That's okay. I mean, I won. It's not terrible because I did beat it, but like, I think the best part was me neutral jumping through those jets on the elevator. Anyways, now I'm here. We're at the main event now. The unwinding. I was playing this game a little bit earlier today, and I think I still like it, but I definitely understand why I thought Turtles in Time was better.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles! Shredder's Revenge.
There's a lot of like weird little things about this game that annoy the hell out of me. We're gonna do a custom game though. He's my favorite. I actually don't know.
Select your hero.
Who should I play? I think I liked Usagi a lot. But I think we should just start with Leonardo, right?
Let's get our shells and gear.
I think Leo's actually quite fun in this game. But
Honor in battle.
that's right, Leo.
Let's get our shells and gear.
Let's do Leonardo. I will say.
Job breaking.
Whoops, the game's muted. Oh, I made a mistake. I will say this game's soundtrack still probably my favorite TMNT game OST. That is one area in which I have to give this game undeniable props. So yeah, we're playing with enemies have more health and enemies are more aggro. It just says they have more health. I'm wondering if that just makes it gnarly mode. I feel like it does. Hang on a minute. Let me make sure my dips are set properly here. Ah! Okay. So we could do, yeah, I think we'll go with those two then. Because I'm not a particularly big fan of the gnarly difficulty in this game.
Turtles, let's get our shells and gear.
Job breaking.
But yes, the music in this game is just unbelievably good.
Come on, let's go. Hi-ya!
So yeah, the things I mentioned about this game that I'm not a big fan of. The way attacking works in this game is quite bizarre. So, you'll note that there's two jabs, and I don't know why. You have one jab where you're holding a direction, and you have one jab where you're not holding a direction. Like, if you're holding up, down, back, or forward, you will get, like, a different jab. And usually it has more range. But, like, it's negligible here for Leo. But it is slower, which is a problem when you're trying to jab enemies coming up at you. And you want to move up and down on the axis. Now, the game does have, like you snap to enemies when you're attacking in this game. But it does make it kind of hard to, like, move around and actively position yourself. I was trying to slide there. There we are. See the homing on that? I was trying to slide that other guy in front of me, and it just backed down to the wrong enemy. But yeah, I really just wish you had one jab combo in this game. I also think every enemy having, like, crazy cracked anti-airs is quite annoying when, like, every good move sends you into the air. But you can also dash cancel everything, so... I've done one full gnarly, like, 1cc. Actually, you know what? I might just do Fiercer Foot without the increased enemy health. That might be a pretty good... Or Agrad. I think that'd be the best play.
Select your hero. Turtles, let's get our...
But I've done one single gnarly 1cc of this game back before Raph's taunt got nerfed. And I never wanted to do it again.
Job breaking news.
I do like this game a lot. It's just, man, there are some things about it. Things I like about it, though, I think it's great that it's a nice, simple beat 'em up. It operates under nice, simple, straightforward rules, as any good Turtles game would. The top button. Oh yeah, the vehicle battle. I actually think that's one of the easiest bosses in the game, once you know how to, like, take advantage of the patterns it has. But don't you worry, I have some stuff to say about the boss fights. I think I could probably do a gnarly 1cc with Usagi, because he's like... He's $5.99 DLC broken. In the exact way you'd expect, like, a DLC character in one of these to be. Buddy, here we go. Yeah, I don't like gnarly because it increases the boss health on top of the enemy health. And spoilers, I don't think I like almost any boss in this game. Alright. So yeah, the reason I don't like the boss fights in this game is that it just feels like they're like longer than the Turtles in Time bosses, while having like about as many interesting attacks. Which is to say, like, not a lot. But then on Gnarly, like, that boss takes forever. But if you're not playing on Gnarly, it's fine. Like I said, I'm playing with, like, the enemies are doing double damage and everything, and they're more aggressive, but the boss health bars are not ridiculously bloated. But the bosses are just very, very repetitive. And personally, I don't find them very fun when you're fighting them on Gnarly. You can't quick kill them, there's just not a great balance, the way that Turtles in Time has it.
Okay, fellas, keep your eyes open.
I also think the scoring system is a little generic, in that, like, you only get 1 point for every enemy, right? There's no stylish kill option anymore. Like, you can't get extra points for throwing them at the screen or anything like that. And to be fair, that was a problem in Hyperstone Heist too. Like, it's not like as if this is a new observation. Enemies are also really against you trying to, like, quick kill them if it's not the exact solution they want, which I'm not a big fan of either. The guys that shoot plungers at you in the park stage or whatever, the fact that their plunger shot has armor frames on it for some reason. It's like if you reflect it back at them, it doesn't really do anything. I guess it damages them if they were gonna die. And yeah, again, another big criticism is that I wish the hard mode was not just double damage. I wish it was like actually altered spawns. In fact, if it was just increased boss health by like a fixed amount that is not like double, and like changed up enemy spawns, I would probably enjoy it a lot more. But as it stands, I feel like the gnarly mode does not emphasize the enjoyable things about this game. But playing on like vanilla difficulty, like normal mode, is way too easy, but the custom switches that they added do amend a lot of this, because you can kind of tweak your game difficulty to be exactly the way you want it to, or at least pretty close. Also, no like point bonus for picking up like a healing item at full health. Guess I just think more could be done with the scoring system in these. I'm not saying you gotta have like Streets of Rage 4 or anything, but like... But I think I'd be more inclined to enjoy like gnarly mode if score extends were easier to get more often by doing interesting things, but alas. Alright, Rocksteady. Like, here's another kind of janky boss. I don't like this fight because the grenades are very odd to dodge.
My horns! Looks like another victory for the forces of good.
I'm wondering if maybe I should try the Radical Ninja mode.
Mutants over Broadway.
With the gnarly settings. I think that would be an interesting... Oh, anyways, awesome song.
Let's keep our eyes on the road.
This game has such good music. Oh, that's a really good choice, Kayam. Like, honestly, I like Turtles in Time as a game more, but like, as an introduction to TMNT, this is about as good as it gets, I think. If it's this specific era of Turtles you're looking at, yeah. That is something really fun about TMNT too that I like a lot, is that I think it's changed so much over the years. And like, in appreciable ways too. Fun? Like the TMNT brand and like the franchise as a whole keeps itself changing in ways that are like unique and cool. I'm guessing you just played on the default difficulty? It's pretty comfy if you're not like super intricate with this type of game on normal. I forgot there was charge attacks. Ah! Alright. So, nobody believes me when I say this boss is easy. They look at me like I'm on something, but like, so there's a specific spacing you can take. But their attacks are fixed. When you see like what they're doing. Like if Bebop comes out the window, you know you have to jump. It's always the same. This attack, you want to aim them like that, because they go to where you are, and you always have time to taunt. So because they go to exactly where you are, you just make them go at like a slight angle down, and you can get like free super, basically. Now, is it annoying to hit this boss? Is it a pain in the ass? Yes. But is it like hard? Not if you play lame. Because all this would work on Gnarly too. Remember, you can dash cancel all of your attacks, so you can just dash cancel out. There you go. Like that. And you can do that for as long as you need to. I think that's one of the easiest bosses in the game, in terms of consistency. Yeah, what? I mean, okay, for one, I'm surprised anybody needed to have that told to them. I just assumed people knew already. That's fucking tight that they did that, though. I mean, like, just look at their fucking designs, is my thought on the matter. But that's tight. I did not actually see it, to answer your question. Okay, these whip guys are... I'm sorry, did he just slip on the water? Is that what that does? They fucking slip on the water. I didn't know that. I did not know that's what that did. I'll send it to you on Discord. Thank you. Yeah, so the whip guys you don't want to be lined up with. How did that not hit me? What the hell? Yeah, I also am not a big fan of taunting. I mean, I get the mechanic, but like, I think they ended up making too many boss fights kind of balanced around it. But also, like, whenever you're on a screen like this and you don't have meter...
I'll finish you off myself.
I'm surprised none of that hit me. Okay, this boss is not too bad.
You're gonna get the horns, partner. Can you dig it, suckers?
Katana's black.
Now, normally I want to take out Dirtbag first. I think he is considerably more annoying. I think Ground Chuck is far easier to deal with. Dirtbag makes holes in the arena, which... Yeah, do not like that the bosses get that arbitrary stagger state. Sorry, did he just hit him while he was underground? Yeah, like, the thing about this is that, like, as you can see, like, the strats are pretty simple. It's just... On Gnarly, imagine me doing that for, like, an extra minute or two. And that's my issue. This boss. Oh, okay, this boss I don't like this guy. I mean, I like the Rat King, I do not like this boss. Okay, I guess, more accurately, I should say that, the thing I am most sad about is that he's not playable in the game. Okay. Hey Techstark, what's up? We got the hardest 1cc on the Streets 2. I had to talk all boring like though, because I was trying to like make it informative. Oh, I'm cooked, I'm cooked, I'm cooked. I'm not! That was ridiculous luck. How insulting. Mouser's not dying in one hit. What? I took no damage. Did he interrupt it? Usagi is DLC tier, so not a bad character to play. That would have been helpful. I think Usagi is a character I could probably bump out a 1cc with. This enemy. This is what you do with this enemy, because it's not worth trying to even bother. I think they patched that enemy to not have like the frame 1 fucking grab that does half your life. Ugh! But I'm still fighting it very, very... Oh, jackass. Nope. There's pizza down there, I need it. Okay, this boss. Don't like it. Don't like this boss at all. Oh, yep. So, these rats are pain. I'm pretty sure every time they're jumping, they have a hitbox. Anyways, enjoy this fight. It will take forever. What hit me? What the Because every time... Yep. Oh my god. I need to point out that this fight, that this is with the normal mode HP. Despite the fact that he's doing hard mode damage. So I want you to imagine how long that would take if I was doing this on hard mode. Of just nothing. There's nothing happening. Don't like that boss.
You later, geek.
Oh, this is a boss I do like. This is a great stage and a good boss fight. What do you know? As opposed to just one of those things. For a while, this was my favorite song in the game. I don't know if it is anymore, but I still like it a lot. Oh, you... Yep. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So these ball and chain guys, you can do a pretty creative solution for them. You can actually slide under it. Those are perfectly fine CRTs. I think every Smash Bros. Melee player playing this video game about to get really upset. I walked off the bench, asshole. Now it's time for Tempestra.
Behold the might of Tempestra.
It's game over for you, Tempestra.
Yeah, I do love that Soka and Razar are here.
I'll finish you off myself. Deep breath. I'll handle this.
Right, turtles. No.
Looks like another victory for the forces of good.
Now, why was Krang in there?
Another missing robot piece? What a shocker.
It kind of implies that maybe she's pulling from the Konami games. True! This is a pretty underrated song in the soundtrack, I think. If such a thing could exist. How did that not hit both of them? What the heck? Just saying, if I picked Raphael, it would've. Ooh! I already know.
Your history. I must have zoned out. Ready for a little workout, guys?
This is a great enemy type, by the way. That definitely doesn't just do frame one jabs the minute you're on their line. I can't hit that? Maybe I mistimed it.
I'll handle this. Your history.
Can I throw him? Okay, you can't dive kick the arrows, I see. Like at all. I don't think it's even like allowed. Ugh! I forgot you can't grab that enemy. That's what I was looking for. Okay. Hold on, we want to get these pylons over to the boss. So I had Bebop kill himself on a pylon today.
We're gonna stop you wimps.
And it was today where I learned they can actually damage themselves with these.
Deep breath. Deep breath.
Yep. If you can get them to charge into each other. Nope, there he did!
Out, hey.
Off the pylon, baby!
Like another victory for the forces of good.
The fun thing you can do in that fight.
Let's go!
Panic in the sky.
This fucking toe. My toe! My toe! Oh yeah, the other thing about this game that I think is true, sadly, of many beat-em-ups that I even think are fantastic. I don't know what the solution to this problem is, by the way. But, I think it's like too long. But it didn't feel too long when I first played it in the story mode. But as you play it more and more, you're like, oh my god. But I get why they couldn't make it shorter, because, like, there's an expectation. Ugh. No, I fucking love this song. It's so good. Oh shit. Now, it does not top the most obscene thing this game has, that I think is incredible. That kind of invalidates any argument you can make about it. We're gonna get to it. Oh, I love doing this, by the way. Let's see if we can't line it up. Oh, fuck. This game does feel like hella nice to play on a stick, though. doing this attack. Feels so much better than trying to get it on pad all the time. If I could recommend anybody do anything, if you're gonna play a belt scroller, please play it on a stick if you have one. Whoops. Oh god. I don't know how to dodge this at all. Wait, I can just use the roll button. No! Okay.
Looks like another victory for the forces of good.
Oh yeah, April is also really, really fun to play in this game. Should have picked her. She's so cool. It's kind of tight they made April and Neo playable. Yeah, there's some bullshit in this stage that I've learned. I had to impart this wisdom onto somebody else because it annoyed the hell out of me. See that? The fucking floorboards go up when you jump over them. Now, I'm like not an expert, but the one hazard like that in Turtles in Time I don't believe did that. These guys suck. So these guys have the big armored swing, which, by the way, you can't throw them out of. It'd be nice, but don't do that. Oh god. Yeah, so that can happen.
Deep breath.
Yeah, I should have known.
Must have zoned out. Turtles to the rescue!
Oh my god. Ah! That would have been nice to know. No, no! I don't want to throw him! Oh. You know... Oh yeah, they use a location and they go and I can go, I was there, yeah. Oh, they definitely had to have had that in the cartoon. For all I know about the TMNT cartoon, which is not a lot, I'll say, I know for a fact, like the tone of that show. Would support having a fucking plunger gun. If anything, the second feature-length film would.
Ooh, don't be a skinhead. Come on, baby.
I do not remember how to win in this fight, by the way. Is it up in here, in this corner? You can't use prog. Punished on hit moment. Ooh! Just in time.
I feel like gumbo. Whoa.
Looks like another victory for the forces of good.
Okay, wait, is this next stage the one that I'm thinking of? Oh yeah!
Let's follow that torso.
Fucking great track, by the way. Cool. Great enemy, man. That's... Well, they died in one hit in Turtles in Time. Crucially. Hold on. 10 more points to get a 1-up. Ooh. Oh, this boss is another one I have a lot of trouble with. There we go.
I'll finish you off myself.
What? kind of sick. What? What? Oh. I hate every enemy on the screen right now. All of them. Oh, every single last one of you. Scary. Oh, I was hoping to get both. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah. Clusterfuck screen. I have no idea what was happening. At least there wasn't a pizza there. That would have made me sad. Oh, good. This one here instead.
Delete the turtles.
Go ahead. Okay. What a meaty.
I'll finish you off myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember what to do here. You gotta this way, right? Yeah. I don't know, like, how you're supposed to, like... When every boss has just... It feels like this guy has armor on everything. That hit me when I was above and past him, that's cool. That Mouser fucking body blocks that missile, that's good, man. Alright, well, time to just do this.
It's also clear to me now. The turtles are my friends.
Oh, I just remembered the next stage.
Looks like another victory for the forces of good.
Now, this next boss, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. That one, there's something. This one...
Dinosaur step!
Has anyone figured this one out? I've never thought to ask.
Back at you, creeps!
The great song. Did I hit that? This one good.
Back at you, creeps! Deep breath.
It is nice to see the Triceratons, though.
Back at you, creeps! Hi-ya! Deep breath.
And they're pretty functionally unique enemies too. They have some stuff going on. I do like them actually quite a bit. Kind of fun, the barrier only blocks one way.
I'll handle this. Deep breath.
You get them grouped together? Yeah.
Your history.
That's what we want. I think you can roll behind those ones and unbelievably, the Triceratons are not exclusive to that version of the TMNT. That was the first time I had seen them, though. Probably not the only person. But, oh, fucking... Okay. Yeah, this guy, I don't fucking know. Okay.
Triceratops. No!
Looks like another victory for the forces of good.
We must go underground, my children.
Oh! Okay, this is my favorite song in the game, I think. Well, one of them. My favorite stage theme, probably. This one's tight. How did that dash attack whiff? What? This enemy type might suck. I don't know how my dash attack just phased through him. Oh, I didn't even know you could break that machine. What the... What? You know, it's perfect, this one. Is there points? No, they're not. That'll be one more of those, right? Yeah, Text Dark, that's why I love it so much. It's like what it is. Nice to see this guy. I was pretty happy. I was like, I have not seen Baxter Stockman at all yet when I first played. You gotta have Baxter.
Looks like another victory for the forces of good.
How far are we from the end again? Oh, right, we got, yeah. Yeah! Oh, the Stone Soldiers, right. That's an enemy type in this game. I don't remember what they did, but I remember not liking them back when I played this a long time ago. I think I might have an idea of what it was. I think I might know why. I think we have to just ban beat 'em up devs from armor. I think we have to do it. Like it's not you, it's me shit, like never do it again. Just gotta like prevent them from ever the person that like made Hulk in Marvel needs to feel shame the rest of their life.
Deep breath.
Oh, check out the pose those mechs are in, by the way. My friend pointed this out to me, and I'm like, oh my god. Can't forget what year this was made in. Like, I'm just saying, they didn't have armor in Turtles in Time, and they were perfectly fine in that game. These ones are less annoying because all they do is throw grenades most of the time. Most of the time. I don't think they always do it. But,
Deep breath.
you know, like generally they're pretty nice. You know what throw we have on them in this game? That's the joke. Fucking... I hate this enemy. You can't even like extended juggle them because like when they get knocked down on their butt, they... Enemy that just hates fun. They don't want me having fun specifically.
Deep breath.
I like that killed neither of them.
Katana slash. Hi-ya.
Oh right! I forgot!
More pranks shall be done.
They had to fit this guy in somewhere.
Deep breath. Hi-ya. 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 Hi-ya.
Oh, what a great enemy to put on this screen. Yep. Whatever, man. It would be nice too if I could throw this enemy. Oh look, he let me throw him. Bear in mind, normally he fucking punishes you for doing that. That's nothing shy of a miracle. I got away with that. Of course, there's like no dead zone in their charge. They can just go like straight up on the line. God isn't real. Oh, now here's a boss.
Intruder alert.
Couldn't see where I was. Okay. Whew.
Looks like another
That fight can be pretty bad sometimes, depending on how things go.
party, amigos.
Oh god. It's still going. I forgot how long this game was.
Okay, fellas, keep your eyes open.
This is a really weird segment to just have.
Back at you, creep. Hi-ya!
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I remember a lot of people going, wait, that's what Slash looked like in the show? Because everybody, if they played Turtles in Time, never watched the show. It was based off of like a toy design, I think. Which, to be clear, that toy design was awesome.
Back at you.
But it was definitely not the intended look for that There's not the TV look for that character, at least.
Finish you off myself. Hi-ya! Back at you, creeps.
Back at you, creeps.
Hi-ya!
Oh, thank God. I was wondering where my favorite enemy, the Stone Soldiers, were.
Deep breath.
It's like, God, what am I gonna do without the Stone Soldiers?
Hi-ya! Deep breath.
Deep breath. Another one in here, right?
Hi-ya! I'll handle this. Hi-ya! Deep breath. Hi-ya!
I like that possible reference to Godfrey Ho's Golden Ninja Warrior. I say, there's no way there's just one. They can't fucking help themselves. Oh, I forgot about the armor.
Deep breath.
What that?
Hi-ya!
Oh, right, here he is.
I'm gonna trash you mutants.
Hi-ya! Deep breath.
Up B.
Deep breath.
Guy out here like whirling torches.
Katana slash. Deep breath.
By the way, this is an easier boss than like.
Trash. Oh.
Looks like another
I don't even know. That's just easier than most of the other fights at this point in the game.
Now,
Oh, here we go though.
business. Outworld strangers.
We're near the end now. We're actually very close.
back at you, creeps.
Oh yeah. Cam, did you watch my my VOD from yesterday yet? I don't know if you were there when I did that fight. I did get the RAF 1cc despite the rust, but he actually blocked my first dash attack because I mistimed it very slightly. And I somehow managed to save that fight, but I know. Yeah, I managed to work him while he was blocking all the way over to the other corner. And then I specialed through like his reversal and hit him. But like that fight is so fucked up. What do you do? Do you dash attack him from behind at the start? That's normally what I do. I just cheap shot him and then in front of him, ideally. Oh, that's funny. It's kind of sick that that strat exists at all. Because I do normally view that as a really restricting fight. In the sense that, like, you don't really have, like, a lot of freedom to let him do much. But I guess there's a ton of ways to, like, really fuck him up. You know, I have not tried that mode either. I completely forgot it existed. Which I feel like is a pretty reasonable default stance. That didn't hit anything. That actually did fucking nothing. Oh god. Oh, it's like every enemy on the screen is just... You either can't hit them because they have armor, there's a fucking shield. Oh. And my special just whiffed on the gun somehow. Oh, but that hit him. Oh, here we go. We get the theme.
I am invincible.
There he is!
I'll teach you some manners.
Your history. Deep breath.
Alright, here it is.
You fell for my diversion. I have a surprise for you.
The best song in the game! I can't believe this happened, by the way.
Nice to meet you, now I'm here to beat you with full force. Picture crack like a hard-boiled egg on Easter. See the smoke on me, I could beat your future. I defeat Leonardo, y'all become the weakest. I take off all your masks and dismantle your features. Shredder, I cross the line like a letter. Smash all your turtles, put you back together. Indeed, I squish turtles like a tight girdle. Any obstacle, I clear it like a high hurdle. I stomach bridges for all of you fake ninjas. I do no wheelies, show you what revenge is. Diabolical moves, like mad vengeance.
I'm sorry,
He don't come with bad intentions.
but the Wu-Tang Clan? It's so sick! It's definitely the best song in the game. There's just no question. It's a fucking... They got the Wu-Tang Clan to make a song.
You haven't seen the last of me.
It's so tight. Oh, right. This is the funniest boss in the game, though. This shit goes insane. I forgot they did this.
Gotta stop it. Deep breath. Deep breath.
Some characters can actually hit it while it's over there.
Katana slash.
Ah.
Ready for a little workout, guys? Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. Hi-ya! Oh, this. Deep breath. Hi-ya! Deep breath.
What is that hitbox, man? You know, if this game just had a normal ass double jump too, it would be fine. But no. It's gotta be immediate or else you can't fucking get it. I'm just gonna game over here.
Deep breath. Hi-ya!
Yep. I thought maybe I could like get past it, but no. I should have known the hitbox is like the size of your fucking whatever, man. Oh. It's too long. It's too fucking long.
Deep breath.
Oh, okay, I guess it's based on where you are. I'm surprised that didn't hit me.
Deep breath. I'll finish you off myself. Deep breath. Hi-ya! Hi-ya! Deep breath.
Oh, okay. I guess it can just go from that attack to... Thought I could get it there.
Hi-ya! Hi-ya! Deep breath.
Oh my god, yeah, anything I'm trying to do to make this fight not take 2 years is just not gonna happen.
Hi-ya! Deep breath.
Thank god. Oh. He's oozing out.
I will get my revenge.
Give it up, Shredder. It's over.
I don't even remember what you do in this fight. Oh wait, yeah, I do now.
Hi-ya! Deep breath. Your history. Deep breath. Hi-ya!
Right, yeah.
I must have zoned out.
I don't... Oh my god, you have to do the whole thing? Oh my god. It's gotta be the 15-minute long boss? I just might not finish, I'm not gonna lie to you. Evil's the word for it. I'd argue it's fucking boring, if you ask me.
Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath.
I don't know. I don't know. I will deeply enjoy the irony of it being called arcade board though, with that. Holy long ass fight. I think had I not gotten so impatient, I probably could have done it. I'm getting an idea for like the buffer of lives you would even need
Get my revenge.
to 1
Give it up,
CC.
Shredder. It's over. Deep breath. I'll handle this.
I like that his grab can hit you when you jump, but it just does no damage. It's a really weird interaction. It's actually how Melter grabs work too, funny enough.
Deep breath.
Aw, damn elf.
Deep breath.
No, my revenge.
See, I don't mind that boss. I think that's a fine boss. Statue of Liberty is too fucking long. Oh.
Looks like another
Awesome game though. I do like it. So. Oh damn! I finished at 421. I was hoping for 420. Oh well. Somebody I know worked on this game. That's my goat Motor Roach in the sprites. Hold on, I gotta mess with Usagi. I remember him being insane. I remember him having some shit. Hold on. I can even just pick gnarly, I bet, with him.
Select your hero.
Honor in battle.
Hold on. I just gotta know what he does. I'm
Job
pretty sure he
breaking
had Johnny JH or something. That's why he was, I mean, among other things.
What a strange couple.
Oh yeah, that. Oh yeah, yeah. He's fucking special in the air. And like, they can try to anti-air you, it does not matter. Yes, how Maru's DP, that's funny. Oh yeah, his dash attack moves him up. Get the reach on that, yo! That's disgusting. Yeah, this guy's good. I remember now. I think Karai was also really fucked up, but whatever. Who do we raid into in 3 hours? Let's see. Eltriok is playing Final Fantasy for the After Years. That's a funny game. Hold on, I gotta make sure he isn't about to end his. Oh no, wait, he's not. Let's go. That's a fucking funny game. I'm watching that stream the rest of the night. Fucking. I beat that game a long time ago. Different time I lived. Alright, have a good night, everyone.